They say sushi is better in Japan, but what does that really mean? Is it the cut of the knife, the balance of rice and fish? Or is it something deeper, a ritual, a rhythm, a reflection of a culture that has perfected simplicity into art? In Tokyo, the city where silence and chaos coexist, sushi isn't just food, it's devotion. And in today's video, I'm chasing the truth from the quiet corners of master chefs to the loudest alleys of street food. Hello and welcome to today's video. It's time for another food vlog. We are in Japan and there's one question that was circling in my head for a very long time, and that is sushi really better in Japan than in other places in the world? Or is it just a myth? Because honestly, it's just fish and rice in the end, right? So I don't know how it can taste that much better here in Japan, but I am here to finally figure that out. But Japan is also way more than just sushi. So yes, we are of course going to try various dishes, and we are starting at this food market here. I don't think there's a better place to start a food vlog than a market. So let's see what we can find here. It smells already delicious. There's a lot of smells in the air, a lot of fish, of course, but a lot of other things to explore. I just ordered Wagyu. It's the most expensive beef in the world, made from Japanese cows. It smells very good here. And we ordered the rump part of the cow. It is not the most expensive part of it. We didn't want to exaggerate our budget. So we paid 3,000 yen for this part, and it's a pretty small piece of meat. Let's see if it is worth it. I hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here it is. It's really not a lot, but it smells delicious. By the way, it is always a good idea to bring some cash at places like this, because in many places, especially markets or family-run shops, you cannot pay with card. Let's see if this is worth 3,000 yen. It has a very unique texture. It is super soft and really good. It tastes like meat, obviously, but the texture is quite unique. I don't think I've ever had meat this soft. Is it worth 3,000? I don't know, but I think it's definitely worth it to try it once here. I wasn't expecting to have my sushi experience this early. It looks very good, and it is freshly made here on the market. We paid 2,000 for 4 pieces. This is so weird. It does taste different, and I don't know why. This is tuna and rice. We have that in Germany or Europe, whatever, everywhere, and yet it does taste different. It doesn't taste super strong like fish. Like, the taste is very, very soft, and the texture is delicious. Let's give this salmon a try. Again, it is the texture that is so soft and different than what I know from Europe. And it also doesn't have a super strong taste like fish. I like it a lot. Very good choice in this sushi. Very good first sushi experience in Japan. First one where I can pay with card here. I'll make use of it because we are running out of money already. Markets definitely aren't the cheapest places where you can eat. Thank you. Woohoo. Okay, we've got some salmon cheese balls. They have cheese here. There are various things with cheese. It's surprising, to be honest, because when I traveled to Asia, I never found cheese, or if I found it, it was super expensive. But here it seems to be more normal, I guess. It doesn't taste that much like cheese. It also doesn't taste a lot like salmon. Like, the salmon doesn't have a strong taste, just like with the sushi. It's crusty outside, it is very delicious, and it was 400 yen, so also pretty affordable. Good choice. I love the market experience. I always love to go to markets to explore foods, but this one keeps me thinking. Like, I still can't get over the sushi experience. I don't understand what is the difference. I don't understand, like, for example, if you would have given me a piece of this tuna, I wouldn't have recognized it as tuna without having seen it, you know? Like, it's strange. It's tuna. Why doesn't it taste the same? What do they do different? I don't get it. It's so weird to eat something and you expect a taste and it's not the taste you're used to, right? It is delicious. Don't get me wrong. It was absolutely delicious. It is just so confusing to not taste what you are used to, even though it is kind of a basic ingredient and it should taste the same. I don't know. Super weird. I'm very excited to continue this food tour through Japan. Let's see what else we can find. You cannot visit Japan without having ramen because there's so much more than sushi here. This here is a traditional kind. You gotta start, by the way, with the broth because the broth is the soul of the food and carefully crafted by the chef. Ooh, it has a very strong flavor. I like it a lot. We have one with pork. There's egg in there. There are noodles in there. And by the way, yes, the noodles can be slurped. It's not seen as rude or anything here. In Japan, it is actually meant to enhance the flavor even more. So make sure to slurp them. Oh, and by the way, if you are wondering, all of the Japanese people put on this little thing here to not get dirty while eating, and I decided to do so as well because, as you might already notice, I'm not that good at eating at sticks. I like it. That was delicious, and I am very glad that I had this little thing here because if you look at it, it's a bit dirty. I messed up a little bit fighting with the noodles, and it took me like 10 times as much to eat this. But anyway, it was worth it because it was very, very delicious, and we paid only 1,500 per dish, so that's also a very good price. We are in a Japanese fast food restaurant. One thing that already seems interesting is that this food here definitely doesn't seem to be unhealthy. Neither does it seem to be super fatty. We have bowls with beef, there's egg in there, we've got a soup and a drink that has a lemon in there. That's interesting. It's a can and there is actually a lemon in there.
103番の食券をお持ちのお客様
It tastes weird. I think there's some sweetness missing. It's not bad though. Let's try the food. I'm going to eat with a spoon and a child's fork because I'm just so hungry and I'm super slow eating with the chopsticks. I think that's the healthiest fast food I've ever eaten. For 2 dishes, we have paid 1,900 yen. So quite affordable. It took like, I don't know, 3 minutes to reach us. And it works easily. You order at a screen. On the screen you can see all the meals, all the dishes, and it makes it way easier to choose your dish. And then you get a number, and they call your number on a screen again. You don't need to know the Japanese number. And yeah, that's it. Definitely recommendable. I like it. The sushi that we know from today dates back to the Edo period in the 19th century. But it was first meant to be fast food. Today there are restaurants that serve only 6 to 12 guests per night. It is meant to provide intimacy, which is central for the experience, and those are obviously quite expensive places as well. We are going to opt for the most expensive sushi option today, as that is not in our budget and probably also not in most people's budgets. We are going to a restaurant that was recommended to us by a Japanese friend. So the Japanese must know where to find good sushi, right? So yeah, I'm very excited to try my very first sushi restaurant here in Japan. So this was probably the highest quality of sushi I've ever had, but at the same time, it was the cheapest, the most affordable sushi I've ever had. We paid 1,630 yen. So that's a really good price for the amount we had. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film inside because it happens in a lot of restaurants here that they don't want you to film. Neither the people that work there nor the people that eat there want to end up all over social media, which is understandable. So yeah, I wasn't able to film the experience, but I can tell you how it was. Well, it was the highest quality of sushi I've had, that's for sure. you notice that the fish is extremely fresh. It looks like it just came straight out of the sea, and it also tastes and feels like that. However, for me, this is a super unusual taste, and we are used to a certain taste of sushi. It's extremely fresh. It is really just quality fish and rice. So the taste is extremely pure. And for me, this is not what I'm used to. So to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Japanese sushi. I know that a lot of people come back from Japan and they love it. They would always be like, you have to try the sushi in Japan. It is so different and so much better. For me, it's not much better. I would always prefer the European sushi. I usually like the ones with shrimps, but I had one here and I just really didn't like the texture of the shrimp. It felt like it could be still moving somehow. I don't know how to explain this, but I just really didn't like it. And then there was another one, a maki, with caviar, and that as well. I popped up the eggs and there was like liquid coming out of it, and it was so awkward. Those two, I didn't like them at all. The rest was okay, but it's again nothing that I would prefer. However, if you come to Japan, I would still recommend you to give that a try. It is an interesting experience. There's also so much more to discover in Japan. There's a lot of street food, and this year I will get it out to show you. It's like a fish, it's a dough with fish, and then there's some sweet cream in there, and it is called takoyaki. I've paid 380 yen for it, and it just looked fun. A fun thing to try, like a lot of things here. Oh, it's good. It's like a vanilla cream in there, and I like it because it is not super sweet. It is a very soft dough. It's like a waffle dough, but not very sweet. I like it. Thank you. All right, we've ordered some melopan. It is some kind of bread, and it's supposed to be delicious. I think it will be sweet, and it's something typical, so I just had to try this. It is sweet. I believe it's probably the sweetest thing I have tried here so far. It is good. It is crusty outside, soft inside. I like it. It has sugar on top. That explains why it is so sweet. Quite unusual for Japan, although still not as sweet as European sweets, by the way. But delicious. A good snack for only 300 yen. It would be a shame to only try the foods in Tokyo. There's so much to explore in Japan, and every region has its own typical dishes. But there's only one city known as Japan's kitchen. Osaka is a vibrant city just as alive as Tokyo and known for its delicious food. And that makes it the best place to continue a food tour. And we finally made it to Osaka. But before we continue our food tour through Osaka, we gotta do the check-in into our hotel. And I also wanted to introduce to you a travel brand that I have recently discovered, and I absolutely fell in love with it. This here is a suitcase made by Level 8, and Level 8 produces travel gear that is meant to last a lifetime. Level 8 has various types of suitcases. I chose the Gibraltar aluminum suitcase and absolutely love the design. Let me show you the suitcase from the inside. It perfectly helps me to stay organized, which is super important on my trips. This suitcase includes a 4-piece packing cube travel set that you can even label, and luggage tag. Especially the cubes changed my way to travel. It is super easy to find everything you need. The packing cubes even come with separators so that you can always stay organized during your trips. The suitcase comes with dual TSA-approved locks to keep your belongings safe during your journeys. Besides that, it ensures smooth mobility and is super easy to carry around and so quiet. Its 360 degrees durable spinner wheels ensure effortless movement. It is perfect for frequent travelers like me. If you are looking for a new high-quality suitcase that is meant to last, make sure to click the link in the description below and check out Level 8 suitcases. For us, it is now time to continue our food tour through Osaka. Now, before we continue our food tour here in Osaka, let me quickly give you a little recap of all my thoughts about the food that I've tried so far. In general, the food here is of extremely high quality. Everything that I've eaten so far, no matter whether I liked it or not, was definitely of high quality. It is extremely fresh, it is extremely healthy, and even if you eat something that has sugar, it is way less sweet than the sweets that we have in Europe or the United States. In general, the food here is of extremely high quality and it tastes extremely, I would say, raw. Like, for example, when we've had the ramen, it tasted a lot like pork. I don't know how to explain this. I think it's something you have to experience yourself to fully understand it. But the ramen we have in Europe, for example, doesn't have at all the same taste. It is way softer. It's a very intense and very unique taste. Here in Japan, it is nothing so rare that people get more than 100 years old. And that is partially also because of their food, because of how they eat. The portions are way smaller here, the food in general is healthy, and it is more like a ritual. It is more about community, about what the nutrition gives you, and about balance. Of course, you find fried things here, of course, you find sweets here, but it is not as fried or as sweet, and especially not in those amounts that we have in Western countries. And I just talked about how incredibly healthy the food here is, and we are going to try some deep fried skewers now. It is all about balance and harmony. As mentioned before, it's not about restriction here in Japan. So of course there are deep fried things here as well. And these skewers are known as kuchikatsu, and they are quite famous for Osaka. So it is definitely a must try when you are here. Let's get into the place and give them a try. We went for 3 single skewers. There is also a skewer platter that would cost 1,630 yenes, and it brings 10 different skewers. It's an option, but honestly it feels quite expensive. If we compare it with the sushi we had at the beginning of this video, the sushi was cheaper and probably also higher quality food than this year. But you also have to keep in mind that this area here is quite touristic, so that probably also explains the price. And then we ordered a drink for 500 yenes, and it's with alcohol. I thought it would be a lemonade, and then realized when I drank it, there's alcohol in there. So don't just order anything you don't understand. Always check with Google what it is. I'm not used to alcohol at all, so I might be a little bit tipsy later on. But anyway, let's give the skewers a try. This one here is pork. This one is pork. The pork is good. It's crusty outside, soft inside. I like it. It's nothing special though, I would say. This one here is chicken, and it comes with a spicy sauce on top of it. I just felt it a tiny little bit and I already feel it's spicy. The same as the pork. It's good, crunchy outside, soft inside, but nothing special. And this here is cheese. Okay, to be honest, cheese is probably not the most traditional Japanese food. I would guess that this was more or less adapted to all the tourists coming here, but I don't know about that. However, that's my favorite. I just love cheese. In general, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's something special. It's good, definitely, I like it, but it's nothing special and nothing that surprises me a lot. I would say that you can get very similar things in various parts of the world. All right, I've ordered some takoyaki. These are fried squid balls. They come with lots of sauce. And apparently this is also something very typical from here, which is why I really wanted to try it. And it has cost me 800 yenes. So let's try this. Oh, this is a bit hard to eat. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I'm not sure yet if I like it or not. It tastes a bit like calamares. The squid is very slimy inside. And it doesn't have a strong taste of fish, so I think even people who don't like fish that much would be able to eat it. I'm not the biggest fan of it though, I have to admit. But it's good. It's good enough I can finish this. Just one last thing, I don't want you to believe that here in Osaka you can only find fast food or only deep fried things. That is definitely not the case. Actually, for lunch we ate something very healthy and very delicious, which was called okonomiyaki, and that one is definitely recommendable. and something completely different. But anyway, I wanted to show you the street food here in Osaka because Osaka is famous for its street food scene, which is why you are seeing these things now. Let's see if we can find some dessert now. Unfortunately, we came too late, but this is one thing you should probably also try. It was recommended in so many places. These are super fluffy cheesecakes, and they are also typical from this area. They look delicious, but they are sold out already. There's still a long line, but they wouldn't let us wait anymore. Anyway, put this on your list as well because I've seen so many recommendations about it. In general, the food here in Japan is absolutely delicious and totally diverse. But I believe it is more about the whole experience of trying this food than the taste of the food. In my case, for example, I've tried a lot of things that I didn't love. However, what I really liked about it was the thought behind it, the community, and also the nutrition inside of the food. There's a lot of purpose, a lot of thought behind every single dish, and that is what I think is pretty amazing. And it also explains, at least partially, how Japanese people stay in shape so well, because you also do not see overweight people here at all, and also how they get more than 100 years old. It's insane.
Tokyo feeds you in contradictions, in the silence of a single piece of sushi and in the roar of 1,000 sizzling stalls, in precision measured in decades and in flavors that vanish in seconds. So, is Japanese food really better in Japan? It's not just taste that matters. It's the devotion of the hands that craft it, the chaos of the streets that surround it, the culture that carries it.